I think generally elections matter for every nation. I mean, we must remind ourselves that there are so many countries in the world that are not democracies. So it's an enormous privilege for many people to have that opportunity to vote. And I'm so mindful, in our case as a country, of how many lives were lost to secure the right for everybody to go out and vote yesterday. So I think that's very, very important, is this notion of not only our responsibility, but our moral imperative to actually get out to vote. There were a group of people yesterday who would have gone out and voted, largely looking historically at achievements of parties and based on their emotional connection to those parties. They may have chosen not to vote because of an emotional disassociation with other parties. I think that's the human condition. I think we look at where we've come from, we look at our responsibilities, but I think we also have to be future focused. You can't just look at their past track record. You've actually got to look at what's going to be delivered for the benefit of the majority. I'm no politician, but I do know a little bit about how successful organizations are managed and are run. And if we look at the most successful organizations, they're never about a single leader. They're about effecting action through a code of values and a sense of purpose across an entire organization. They're also about followers playing their role as followers. So I think as a country, if we're looking for that single leader who is going to take us to a better place, who is going to deliver the inclusive growth that we need, the single leader that is going to reduce poverty, inequality, unemployment, and corruption, it's absolutely naive, because it's going to have to happen across an entire system change. This is our system. It's not somebody else's system. We affect that change. We affect that change in our individual daily behavior as citizens, and we affect that change by making sure that the leaders with whom we engage, again on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, are acting in accordance with what we need to take the country forward. But I think we've also got a lot of work as business to be engaging and to be co-creating. What role will business play in this economy going forward? I want to stress we're not alone. Globally, there are questions about the role of business. There's absolutely no doubt that the recession that was prompted by actions of a number of businesses in 2008, the fall of financial markets, has led to deep questions being asked about what is the purpose of business. We need to actively contribute to that global discussion, but we also need to sometimes take off our hats and sit down around tables and figure out really, what do we need business to deliver, and what does business need in order to be able to deliver? I think the other mistake that we sometimes make is we look to, just as we've spoken about in politics, the danger of looking just to the leader of the party, we look to the leaders of big business to frame this conversation. Anybody who works in business needs to be part of this conversation.